The Man Who Was Almost a Man by Richard Wright. Dave struck out across the fields, looking homeward through the paling light. What's the use of talking with them niggers in the field? Anyway, his brother was putting supper on the table. Them niggers can't understand nothing. One of these days he was going to get a gun and practice shooting. Then they couldn't talk to him as though he were a little boy. He slowed, looking at the ground. Shucks. I ain't scared of them even if they are bigger than me. He slowed, looking at the ground. Shucks. Going by old Joe's store and get that Sears Roebuck catalog and look at them guns. Maybe Ma will let me buy one when she gets my pay from old man Hawkins. I'ma beg her to give me some money. I'm old enough to have a gun. I'm 17. Almost a man, he strode, feeling his long, loose-jointed limbs. Shucks, a man ought to have a little gun after he done work hard all day. He came in sight of Joe's store. A yellow lantern glowed on the front porch. He mounted steps and went through the screen door. Hearing it bang behind him, there was a strong smell of coal oil and mackerel fish. He felt very confident until he saw Fat Joe walk in through the rear door. Then his courage began to ooze. "Howdy, Dave. What you want?" Hiya, Mr. Joe. "Oh, I don't know. I don't want to buy nothing. I just want to see if you'd let me look at the catalog there a while." "Sure, you want to see it here?" "Nah, sir, I wants to take it home with me and bring it back tomorrow when I come in from the fields." "You planning on buying something?" "Yes, sir." "Your ma letting you have your own money now?" "Shucks, Mr. Joe, I'm getting to be a man like anybody else." Joe laughed and wiped his greasy white face with a red bandana. "What you planning on buying?" Dave looked at the floor, scratched his head, scratched his thigh, and smiled. Then he looked up shyly. "I'll tell you, Mr. Joe, if you promise you won't tell." "I promise." "Well, I'm gonna buy a gun." "A gun? What you want with a gun?" "I want to keep it." "You ain't nothing but a boy." "You don't need a gun." "Oh, let me have the catalog, Mr. Joe. I'll bring it back." Joe walked through the rear door. Dave was elated. He looked around at barrels of sugar and flour. He heard Joe coming back. He craned his head to see if he were bringing the book. Yep, he's got it. Oh, dog, he's got it. "Here, but be sure you bring it back. It's the only one I got." "Sure, Mr. Joe. Say, if you want to buy a gun, why don't you buy one from me? I got a gun to sell." "Will it shoot?" "Sure, it'll shoot." "What kind is it?" "Well, it's kind of old, left-hand wheeler, a pistol, a big one." "Has it got bullets in it?" "It's loaded." "Can I see it?" "Where's your money?" "What do you want for it?" "I'll let you have it for $2. "Just $2? Shucks. I could buy that when I get my pay." "I have it here when you want it." "All right, sir." "And be in for it." He went through the door, hearing it slam behind him. "I'm going to get some money from Ma and buy me a gun. Only $2. He tucked the thick catalog under his arm and hurried. "Where you been, boy?" His mother held a steaming dish of black-eyed peas. "Oh, Ma, I just stepped down the road, talked with the boys." "Now, you know better to keep supper waiting." He sat down, resting the catalog on the edge of the table. "You get up from there and get to the well and wash yourself." "I ain't feeding no hogs in my house." She grabbed his shoulder and pushed him. He stumbled out of the room, then came back to get the catalog. "What's this?" "Oh, Ma, it's just a catalog." "Who you get it from?" "From Joe down to the store." Oh, that's good. We kind of use it in the outhouse. No, Ma. He grabbed her. Give me my catalog, Ma. She held on to it and glared at it. Quit hollering at me. What's wrong with you, huh? You crazy? But, Ma, please, it ain't mine. It's Joe's. He told me to bring it back in tomorrow. She gave up the book. He stumbled down the back steps, hugging the thick book under his arm. When he had splashed water on his face and hands, he broke back to the kitchen and fumbled in the corner for a towel. Bumped into a chair. It clattered to the floor. Catalog sprawled at his feet. Then he had dried his eyes. He snatched the book and held it under his arm again. His mother stood watching him. If you're going to act a fool over that old book, I'm going to take it and burn it up. No, Ma, please. He sat down and drew the oil lamp close, thumbed page after page, unaware of the food his mother set on the table. His father came in then, and his small brother. What you got there, Dave? His father asked. Just a catalog, he answered. Now look it up.